I'm Anatola, artist, futurist, and filmmaker, reimagining the future one story at a time.
I have collected the visions for the future from hundreds of people all over the world.
AI and algorithms are a reflection of the past. Being a futurist is a mindset and a way of viewing the world that you're thinking about the future you want and then working backwards from there.
See and fill in the blanks yourself about how to create a sustainable future.
And do you think that young people can change the world?
Definitely. Young people are like the face of the world in the future.
And now, we can begin.
Take a deep breath in.
And breathe out all stress. Welcome to the future. What kind of buildings exist in this future? Are there vertical farms in the building or perhaps the rooftop? How many different types of people are there? What values underpin this community?
Welcome back to the world of reimagining.
We went all the way to a quantum future, created a whole society in our imagination, and then built actual things to have an artifact of what that future feels like right now.
You are such a shining example for so many young Black girls out there to shine with their eyes.
You blew my mind, and now I really appreciate you bringing this topic and being able to inspire people.